The show is about to start. Places. The show is about to start. You have to show a look, have a look, or give a look. Faces. Beautiful. No one ugly allowed. Are you ready? Here we go. Fashion is the art. Designers are the gods. Models play the part of angels in the dark. Which one of you would ever dare to go against? That beauty is a trade and everyone is paid. Fashionista. How do you look? Fashionista. How do you look? New York, London, Paris, Milan, Tokyo. I think it's in Japan. Asia, Malaysia, Las Vegas to play. LA, if you pay my way. Fashionista. How-
She's got it all. A symbol of excellence. She's got it all. She's got it all. All the elements, a symbol of excellence. Shining, she is so flawless, incredible illusionist. Miss Gay America. Miss Gay America. The best of the best. She is beauty, she is grace. Perfect in every way. This gay America.
Hello, 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 everyone out there in Facebook land. I'm so excited to see you this evening. It's been a while since I've just been able to sit down and have a chat with you all. It is me, Miss Morgan, the anchor of excellence, and also the Queen So Nice. They named me thrice, but I'm so excited to be here tonight. If it's your first time joining us, please hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more people we have fall in love with America's system, as much as I do. But thank you again for tuning in tonight. I have a fabulous group of guests tonight, and I can't wait for you all to meet them. But first, let's talk a little bit about me. Let's tell you what's going on in Morgan's world. First of all, I'm so excited. If you haven't checked yet, please check out my social media pages because there was a fabulous documentary done for the Miss Gay America and the Miss Gay America Femme pageant system this week for this year for the 2026 pageant season. And it's a fabulous showcasing of all the to-dos for the whole week. So please check that out on my social media. And I may even bring it up to the top page if you follow it. But also you can check out my new page called Let's Get Down to Excellence, which is a page just for this fabulous platform. So please hit that follow button on the Let's Get Down to Excellence because that's what we are, excellence. And I'm so excited because the Esquire division has asked me to also come out to Kansas City, and that's going to be happening May 1st. So please tune in and make sure you check out your girl, Morgan, because I'm going to get down with the Esquires and see what they got to offer. I'm so excited for that opportunity and to showcase all the contestants and just show you what the Esquire division is all about. So make sure you keep in tune with that as well. But like I said, I'm so excited for my guests tonight, and I can't wait for you all to see them too. Don't forget to hit that share button because I want to bring everyone in tonight because this is not an episode you're going to want to miss. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in the fabulous duo that I brought for you this evening. You probably all know them already, and if you don't, you're going to this evening. Put your hands together virtually, physically, and all the above for the love, the beauteous Miss Nancy Ellen Martin. Hello, love.
Hey. Hello.
Welcome, welcome. And
Thank
also
you.
I'm bringing in Dan James as well. Hello, Dan. That was
Hello.
At your virtual clap. I love that. You gave it to them. I love.
Well, you said put your hands together, but I'm like, can we move them apart as well?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But you know what? If it makes that sound that we love so much, separate them. But no, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know that everyone out there is so excited to meet the both of you on a more personal level with your girl, Morgan. So thank you again. Why don't we just start off by first introducing yourselves? Nancy, Ellen, I would love for you to please just introduce yourself and maybe have a fun fact about yourself as well that maybe people don't know about you.
Sure. Hi, I am Nancy Ellen Martin. There's a hyphen, so you got to say both of those names, unfortunately. Blame my mom. I am the director of customer service for a company called ThreadUp. We're one of the largest online consignment stores in the world, so thrifting online, and we have a lot of thrifters out there. There's great cocktail dresses and jewelry and stuff like that, so check it out. I also am a mom of 4 humans. They are presently adult-shaped humans. They may appear to be adults, but they are not. And I've been married to my husband, Brian, for 25 years. I've been in the pageant industry for close to 40 years. So I started when I was -10. I'm actually 55. I'm not ashamed of that at all. So I started a long time ago, and I've done everything that you can do in pageantry. And I'm really excited. I've been helping out with MGA for 5 years now.
Love it and love you. Another love of my life, Dan James.
Oh gosh, I have to follow that. Well,
no pressure.
My name's Dan James. Fun fact is Dan James is actually my legal first and middle name. My last name is actually Reinhardt. So Dan James is my stage name. And fun fact, I've been in pageantry competing. I won the male previous version of Esquire Mr. Gay America back in 2023 for the state of Missouri as the representative. And I've been involved with the Miss Gay America organization since this will be 10 years, 2016. My first year going was whenever Blair did her Heroes Step Down. For those of you that have been around the American system, that was a great year. And then led into Asia O'Hara with Michael and Rob taking over. And now we're at Monica, which is fantastic. I'm so excited about the future. And by day, I am actually a chief marketing and sales officer for a balloon decorating company. So I get to work with NFL teams here in the Kansas City area. Book your tickets for Esquire. I was also told to give to give kudos. But yeah, I get to work with like the Kansas City Chiefs. I get to work with local headquartered businesses like H&R Block and Burns and McDonald and some other local businesses here. Just exciting their customers, exciting their clients, employee engagement through the art of balloon crafting and building. But I just get to sell it. I don't twist. Don't ask me.
That was my question. I want to know, do you make balloon animals?
I cannot make a balloon animal. I tried in my first week and I said, no, keep me in the office. I will get the accounting and paperwork done. And every day that I was doing this and building a platform for our business as they were getting off the ground, I was like, gosh, I feel like Nancy Ellen Martin doing tabulation sheets.
Which we will be getting to. We will be covering.
Love my 10K.
So Nancy Ellen, let's talk about the sparkle in the room. Aside from your beautiful smile, let's talk about what's on your head right now. I think the viewers at home want a little education on what that cap is all about.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, I've been in pageantry for a while, and several years ago, I put away my competition heels, and I had my own international pageant system that I ran for 5 years, and it was insane and crazy and rewarding, and the platform that I was able to give to the women that participated has built lifelong friendships. One of my best friends that I now talk to every single day, I found from that experience. At the end of 2024, I reached a point where it was kind of eating my life a bit. And I also have all of the people that I'm supporting that I talked about earlier. I also have a full-time job as a director of customer service. So it was just a lot. So I sold my pageant. And I thought, oh, I'm going to just relax and I'm going to go like help and participate, back, behind the scenes and things like that. And the aforementioned BFF, she's like, oh no, you're not, because she was my USA director for the USA arm of my system. And she's like, we are now crowning for these multiple international systems. And I need you to compete for USA because there's a classic division, which is 50 and over. And she's like, I need you to get back in there. And I was like, oh no, there's a lot of cobwebs going on. So I went to Malaysia last year and came home with this bad boy. So I am the current classic Mrs. International Universal. And it's been an amazing experience. So that organization runs 2 big events a year, and they have their Mrs. International World Pageant is coming up. I'm leaving Wednesday for Malaysia to go and be a special guest for that. So it's been, I'm glad she kicked me in the backside and made me do it. It was begrudging. And they had swimsuit. I'm like, girl, I'm done with swimsuit. Are you kidding me? But I did it. I did it. Ripped off the Band-Aid. And so yeah.
Love.
Nancy Ellen, I love that you're a professional because you said you were the current and you did not say you were the current reigning.
She's class. She's classic. She's classic.
She's been doing this a long time.
A long time.
So I love it. Congratulations, and I'm jealous about your travels. I wish I could be your person that carries all your luggage with you and help you dress. But
as soon as that executive assistant role opens up, I will let you know.
thank you.
We don't currently have budget, but if that changes.
All I heard is that Nancy Ellen is selling Miss Gay Malaysia. And it's going to be a pretty.
We're going
We
international.
can save this for our MGA chat, but I have so many ideas about international things. I've been blowing Monica up.
So Dan James, let's talk a little bit about you. So where do you live at right now?
I live in Kansas City, so I get to see Casey Sunshine on the regular. We've also got I'm thinking of local names. Evie, who made her premiere at Miss Gay America this year. She's also from Kansas City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Krista Collins, who broke the top 10. She is from Kansas City. Some prior title holders, Taj Stetson, Trixie LaRue, who we get to hear about all of her camping adventures from decks on the microphone at Miss Gay America. She is in the state of Missouri, not in Kansas City, but fun fact, she was a Miss Kansas City prior to her win of Miss Gay Missouri. But yeah, I get to hang out in Kansas City. And I know everyone's next question. Have I seen Taylor Swift? Yes. Have I seen Taylor Swift in the last 8 months? No. There you go.
Ooh, I love that. You're like, I have her on speed dial. No big deal. We'll chat with her later. That'll be a lovely podcast. Surprise, Morgan. Guess who I have coming on? Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
6 degrees of separation, Morgan. You can meet anybody in this world that you want to. All you gotta do is try enough.
Seriously though, Kevin Bacon is performing at this place called, I have to give him a shout out anyway, then Soul Joel's in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. I love Joel so much. He's a comedian, but he also brings all walks of life through his venue, and Kevin Bacon. So I said to my mom, I said, Mom, do you want to see Kevin Bacon? And I said, but he's singing. He's a singer now. And I said, and she's like, and I said, but Mom, then we'll be no degrees away from Kevin Bacon. We're there. Right. So I'm still talking her into it. She's got a lot going on, but it's just, there we are. There's no degrees between Kevin Bacon. So I digressed. I was so excited just to talk about Kevin.
Kansas City just became 3 degrees separation from Kevin Bacon because Morgan's coming to Kansas City.
Right.
And Morgan's going to see Kevin Bacon. You're still on topic. I love it.
Everyone's going to know Kevin Bacon by the time I'm done. So Dan, where are you from originally?
Professional answer is Kansas City. My grandparents moved to Kansas City. My grandpa was in Kansas City, Kansas. People don't know there's 2 separate ones, but there's Kansas City, Kansas, and there's Missouri. And my grandmother was from a small town called Coffeyville, Kansas, which is right on the Oklahoma border. And as a kid, I grew up on the East Coast, and then I came back for high school, and then just stuck around here to take care of my grandparents, be close to family. Fun fact, I guess, is I am my grandmother's only grandchild. So yeah, and then yeah, now my travels extend through Miss Gay America, and then fun vacations to Disney World whenever I can budget them.
Same.
Who's your favorite Disney character? Both of you.
Oh, Nancy Ellen, you go first.
That is so hard. I mean, I like the villains
I was gonna say, okay, let's
a little bit.
do a villain then, since you brought it up. Who's your favorite villain?
Maleficent.
Favorite villain? Ooh, it's got to be Ursula. Why would it not?
Yeah,
Be
I was like,
Ursula?
Ursula's a hard second.
I
Yeah.
kind of like Jafar too because they give him a little fabulous flair.
And he's
But
so
not the-
gay.
Not
Jafar's
the live action
so
Jafar. The live action Jafar didn't do it for me. I was like, ooh, you could be beat up in the streets of Agrabah.
that little weakling he is. Okay, so you know what? Who's your favorite princess? We can't just talk about the villains and not do princess.
Merida.
Disney acquired Fox, so I have a tie between Thumbelina and Anastasia
Oh,
as a kid. But fun fact, Jodie Benson, who was the voice of the Little Mermaid, was also the voice of Thumbelina. She's the only person to do two Disney princesses.
Cheers. See, Dan is good with the fun facts, I'll tell you. And mine
When it
is
comes to Disney, when it comes to America, you go to Dex.
yeah, that one. A book. I love that.
yeah. My husband, we went to Disney over for my birthday in early December last year, and I'd always wanted to do the Cinderella Castle thing, like for a meal. And we were supposed to have dinner, and we ended up having breakfast instead. So there were a lot more kids and stuff, which is fine.
Mm.
But the princesses rotate, and I've always loved Merida. And she came over, and if that kid is not actually from Scotland, like I said something about haggis. She knew exactly what I was talking about. So they must have imported her from Scotland, and she was brilliant. It was so good.
Love. So you got all the fantasy was there. And I love that. So wait, I'm going to digress because we're just going to dig deep in our lives here. So when you went into the castle, is it all separate, or is like, do you go as your own party, or is it like a bunch of people doing?
So no, it's a restaurant. So yeah, you go in with your group. So it was just my husband and I, but they had bigger tables and things like that. It's just I've been trying for like 4 years to get, and I usually, if our kids are with us, our party's too big unless you book 6 months in advance. But since there was just 2 of us, even though we planned this last minute, we were able to get in. So I finally got to go.
Yes, you better. So Nancy Ellen, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from New Orleans. So I was
Okay.
born in South Georgia, but I grew up in New Orleans, and New Orleans is where I consider home. It is one of the most unique and amazing places in our country, and it should be on everybody's bucket list. And please don't go at Mardi Gras. Go during a different time, because the culture and the history and the food. I had the opportunity to live in England for a couple of years, and I'm also a historian. I'm a big history nerd, and I think people in most like East Coast, there's like more history, but I've lived on the West Coast before. They're like, this building is so old. I'm like, you have a photograph of when they laid the like cornerstone. So no.
Photograph.
Right. And so there's a building in the French Quarter that's like from the 1600s. And so
Yeah.
you have all the French culture and the Spanish culture, the Haitian culture, right? Like it's just such a cool place to grow up. And so I went to college at NC State, North Carolina, and I'm like, I also, grew up like being introduced to, like alcohol at a younger age and things like that. So I went to college, and everybody's like, woo, let's down a gallon of Boone's Farm. I'm like, girl, it is a marathon, not a sprint. What is your problem? And so like, it's just such a cool place to grow up. And I still have family there, and I try to give back as much as I possibly can.
Yeah. And actually, someone had just said in the group, by the way, viewers that are watching, please ask questions for our guests tonight. Keep them PG-13 as well, please. But please ask them questions, because I would love to have you involved in the conversation as well. But I also wanted to showcase that Keith Johnson said that MGA was in New Orleans as well.
There was, I think, 1 year, Dan, keep me honest.
Yes.
This time it was in New Orleans.
2018, Susie Wong stepped down.
Right.
Devastation crowning Brooklyn Heights' first alternate.
Yep.
Yes. And this year we have a new location as well, which is
Atlanta.
So excited for that too. I do love Little Rock, Arkansas. It's been a wonderful 4 years for me there, but I'm excited to see a whole nother space too, because I haven't had that experience being in this system. So I'm excited. So, okay. So, Dan, we've talked about where you're from originally, which is in Kansas City, and that's Missouri.
Yes.
I actually looked at the group chat. Thank you comments because that's how I remembered that one. Thank you. So what do you like to do for fun, Dan? What do you like to do if you have a day and someone's like, Dan James, you can have your day. What do you like to do for fun?
Oh gosh, if I could have my own day, I value my personal time and being able to just kind of sleep. Um, I have a great fortune that we have a really big, beautiful yard, a big, beautiful garden that we do every year. Unfortunately, during my reign, my stepfather passed away. And so my mom and I have actually moved in. So we become roomies again, which is a very unique experience. Nancy Ellen, for anyone that's been watching, I am 15 years younger. Y'all can do the math. So at my age, it's a very interesting experience having your mom as your roommate. So I just love spending time with her. Professionally, I get to have a really cool job where I get to work with balloons, and our owners, as their gift to everyone on the team, buys the annual pass to the local zoo, which is kind of down the street from our office. So for lunch breaks, we just go down the zoo, grab like some chicken tenders, and we just get to go see animals. So yeah, that's what I love to do for fun. I love hanging out with friends. Don't necessarily have to go out to the bars and drink on Saturdays and Sundays. But you know, if there's a good show or a great MGA entertainer that's coming to town, you will see me out in the audience tipping you with those lovely dollar bills.
I get to see you in Kansas City as well for the Esquire. And Nancy Ellen, you're going as well, correct?
I will be there. Yep.
Y'all are gonna love the hotel that Casey has,
I know.
has
Yeah.
set up.
Yeah, I'm excited for the whole thing.
Can I brag on it a little bit?
Yes, please do. Please do. Please
It's
do.
my hometown. So the hotel that the Esquire is going to be in, the theater is actually adjacent. It's adjoined actually, directly to. So the contestants don't have to worry about any type of weather, prop storage, or anything as far as specific like that. There's restaurants, there's shopping. It's right on our new, basically main car extension transit line. That we have. It's right next to our Union Station. We've got Science City, a big IMAX theater if you want to go grab a movie during the day and you're not doing anything. And it will take you almost down to all of our LGBTQ bars. It's just an amazing experience. Kansas City is growing, and we're actually one of the host cities for FIFA, which will be, I think the soccer teams arrive, I want to say the Wednesday after Esquire. For their practices. So like everything's just stacking up. It's gonna be a busy summer. But
so those who don't want FIFA, you said, I want to educate
soccer,
the viewers out there. What
sports ball.
It's soccer?
International football.
International
which for us
football.
is soccer.
I have friends
soccer,
from
black and white
England.
one.
I have friends from England, so I'm up to speed. I love that. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful, and I'm so excited that myself and my media guy Jordan is going to be coming out as well. So we're going to do it justice, and we're going to show.
Hi, Jordan.
Jordan somewhere watching us. I can't. You know, Jordan got a lot of attention at Nationals this year, and I'll tell you that right now. And I hope he hears that too, because he was just so kind, and that's what the kind of vibe I want. That kind vibe. Good people, and just doing it for the right reasons, and Jordan does that. And when everybody at home watches the I'm going to call it a documentary now, but we had compiled literally probably an hour and 45 minutes of the week for Miss MGA as well as the Femme division, and it just was spectacular, and it just showed the labor of love, and that's what we intend on doing for the Esquire division too. So thanks, Casey and Christopher. You're reigning. I'm so excited.
I saw yesterday.
I love that. I'm excited. I can't wait to see everybody too. It's like you know how it's the like camp or like the reunion, and you don't see everybody. Well, this is the second time I get to see everyone this year, because usually it's just once a year. So I'm so excited. So, and for the viewers at home, why don't we dish a little bit about, because both of you have some longevity within the system. So why don't we talk a little bit about what your love for the system is? Like for me, I love it because everyone's accepted me with open arms and allowed me to do me. And that's what I love, because there's no one's really, holding me back of letting my dreams come true. And I truly believe that the MGA system does that for everyone, not just contestants, but any walk of life that wants to be a part of. I call it the well-oiled machine, because when it's running good. So, so should we do ladies first, Nancy Ellen, or?
Sure. Yeah. So I think so. If we go back 5 years, I was it was tail end of COVID. It's probably 6 years now. So we go back like 6 years. And the aforementioned BFF had a friend, Michael Schiavone, who was Mr. Texas, and she's like, we were kind of coming out of COVID, and she's like, "Do you want to go to Las Vegas and watch Mr.?" I'm like, yes, I do. Let's get all the VIP things. And so we were on what we called the Cape Zone, because there was a runway, and I think the presentation theme was Broadway that year. There were lots of capes, and so people would come down the runway, and you have to go like, whoa, because the capes are coming. And we were there for the whole week, and I was like, mind blown. I'm like, where has this been all my life? Straight girl pageants are dumb. This is amazing. And I already had planned to go to Miss, I had my tickets actually to go to the next Miss following this. So this was I think August that year. And I got approached by the then owner at the event, and initially got asked, "Hey, do you want to judge next year for Mr.?" And I was like, "Sure, that would be amazing. I love this." And then at some point, my spreadsheet genius, if I can call it that, became known, and I was then asked to tabulate. And so I'm the mom of queer and trans kids, and I in my personal life, I have a lot of privilege, and I try really hard to be the best ally that I can be. And I talk to so many sort of the core market for RuPaul's Drag Race, middle-aged white girls. And they're all like, "I'm an ally." And they fly their flags, and they go to parade, and they might go to drag brunch. I'm like, yeah, what are you doing? What are you actually doing?
Volumes. Yep. You're speaking.
And so I'm like, wow, this is a skill that I have, that I can offer and volunteer my time to do this, so that somebody else doesn't have to do it. And they don't have to pay anybody to do it, because I'm not getting paid to do this. I do this because I love it. And so that's where it kind of all kicked off. And then so the next year, I went to watch Miss the year Dex won. And then following the next year, going into Mr., Mike and Rob were in Vegas and asked to take me to lunch, and the rest is history. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, especially in sort of cisgender female pageantry, don't really understand a lot of this exists, and they don't understand not only the platform that it gives to people, but the longevity of the system, right? And so I kind of bullied one of my best friends into becoming the promoter for Cascadia. Shout out Chuck, or Synergy. And, pageantry is new to the Pacific Northwest, really, in this forum. And I was like, what you need to explain to potential contestants is that even if they're last place at national, the platform this organization provides you and the visibility that you get, you cannot find in this way anyplace else. And I know that, one of Chuck's title holders is getting invited to go all over the country now, just simply because they were on the MGA stage. Yeah. Right. And so I don't know of a lot of other organizations that give people that opportunity. I mean, I think same with Mr., being able to even just to put a package together to go to national shows, bar owners and, show producers that you are professional and you are committed to what it is that you're doing. Mm-hmm. And so I'm a tiny cog in this machine, as you called it. And I just appreciate getting to be a part of it.
Well, I have to give you a shout out, Nancy Ellen, because not only do I'm a little envious, because you get a really cool vantage point of
I do.
The week. And so the viewers at home, those that are joining for the first time, number one, please hit that share button, because the more people we bring in, the more people fall in love with the American system, as much as the three of us do. But I have to say that I lost my train of thought for a second. Hold on, it's
You're going
coming.
to say something really, really nice about me.
What's that?
You were going to say something really nice about me.
I could say really nice things all day long about my new cruise partner. No, I have to say, and I just for the people at home, Nancy Ellen does the tabulating for the MGA as well as the MGA Femme and Esquire division, and it's just super exciting because you do not just play a little role; you play a paramount role in the system, and you know that because there could be many things that could be wrench in the wheel of tabulating and numbers and things, and it's a huge responsibility, and you put that on yourself in a sense, and it's very I respect it. I think it's admirable, and I think it's just awesome what you do, and you can tell that within the position that you're in, you make it yours. Like not only do you tabulate, but you also, and I said this in the documentary as well, you just are so approachable and you're kind and you just have nothing but great things to say about people, and it's just awesome. So you deserve all your
I think
accolades.
I'm lucky because other than the judges, even the owners and the national title hosts, they'll pop in and out of interview. I sit through I'm the only other person besides the judges that sits through every single interview, but I'm not judging anybody. And
Mhm.
I just want to be everybody's cheerleader. And so I try really hard to, and not because I don't mean it. Like I want people to know, like, you did a great job, or like people I've seen from year to year, I'm like, oh my gosh, your interview was so much better than last year. I think I told you at National this year, like people should be hitting me up for advice, man. Like, like they change the judges panel every year. I've seen all of it, every year, and so like I. I get really excited to see people grow. I get excited to see people that are there for the first time, and and I am in their line of sight with the judges, and I'm always like, if you are there stone faced and you need a friend, look at me. I'll be like, woo! I will be cheering for you. And I've had people tell me like sometimes that's what they needed in that moment is to see that like you got this, right? So it's an honor to have that opportunity.
Well, thank you, Dan James. Though you're not right by the stage, you do a lot for the Simpsons. But before we do that, I want you to share with the viewers at home what draws you to the America system. What made you fall in love with the system that you are very passionate about and you stand by?
I should probably say I was taking notes, Nancy Ellen. Like, ooh, good comment. One thing, Nancy Ellen really hit on something really special. Just that familial connection. She mentioned Michael from Texas. Michael actually competed to be Mr. Gay Missouri the year before I won, and he and I knew each other, and he actually stayed at my house while he was competing. So I think it's that familial connection. You just build these connections with people to become contestants, become friends. You root for everyone on stage. There's only one winner. And you also touched on, like last place. I always tell every contestant, everyone that ever shows up, the only person that's last place is the person that did not enter into a single prelim. You are never last place in the America system. Last place is the people that just stayed at home and said, I woulda, I coulda, I shoulda. Get out there, showcase your art. We see people that are all different levels. I know people that are competing that have done drag. I think someone in Missouri, it was their 4th time on a stage and they were competing and doing pageantry. So I think that's the greatest thing about America is it is so long-standing. It has been such a symbol of excellence, and it's been able to earn that title just by the withstanding of it's kind of the pendulum of like where you want to go. Maybe America is not where you end your journey, but it's a great place to begin that journey. It's a great place to learn the fundamentals of the administration, the entertainment value, and of course, networking. I think that's just the huge part that you get out of the America system is it's such a big network. If you don't know someone knows someone that knows someone, like that Kevin Bacon effect, that knows someone that will help you out and wants to be your cheerleader, wants to be in that room with you and help you out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got started in 2016. Joke that I've always had running is Asia O'Hara was in Missouri. She saw the poster I did, an artwork for Missouri that year. She pulled me aside and she said, I want you to do all my national stuff. We went on to start working on the male division, bringing it back, and then she, of course, stepped into reality television. And so I always said the best thing Asia left Michael and Rob with was me, because I was able to pick up some pieces and fill in some spaces. But yeah, I think for me, it's that familial connection. Whether it be vendors, whether it be contestants that keep coming back, even contestants that don't qualify, that just show up at nationals to watch and root on their friends that they've made over the years. I think that's what makes America so special. It keeps the audience filled. It keeps, you know, the hype, and of course the evolutions that have happened. You know, Michael and Rob bringing in this entertainment level and raising it up with broadcasting the pageant, making sure that it's a live experience for as many people as possible, making sure that streaming is possible. You know, the creation of, you know, the MGA store where you can get merchandise and you can get, you know, pageant prep tips, you can get judges books, you know, things to keep you kind of motivated and organized if it's your first time promoting, or if you're just saying, hey, I want to get a little bit better each year. But if you want to be the best, you're going to go ahead and talk to Nancy Ellen Martin about doing electronic tabulating, because it is in the moment and your pageant will cut down time. And now that that's available, I cannot stress to people how amazing that asset's going to be for the next year and moving forward.
I love that. Thank you. Yes, and I'll tell you, you do work tirelessly, if I can say that. I can't even talk anymore. But I love the energy that you bring to the system, and you're just so excited with all the new things you want to bring into it, and you're so creative, and it's just awesome. And I know that people enjoy all the things you do, and you know, even just that. There's so many things, but just even the fact that when you're at America and you're there and you're doing your thing, the lobby wouldn't be the same without you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds, because your energy is so strong and your passion for the system and what you're doing and the merch and all the promotional stuff. It's like, and you're not doing it for you. And that's the key. You're doing it for everyone else. Like, and for the viewers at home and new contestants or contestants returning or formers, you've created so many great pieces of merch that are untapped resources for these contestants that can advertise themselves. And I know that as a performer or someone in, not me specifically, in general, like, that's a way to get your name out there, and you're doing that for people, and it's very selfless, and I enjoy that about you, amongst many things. But
yeah, I mean, I mean the merchandise is one key thing. It's something we're really focused on. Monica's really brought me into the fold with what she's envisioning, where she's going to take America, raising those standards yet again, bringing back some of that great tradition of America. You know, employing some new elements that I know she's working on. She's excited to announce. Nothing that I can announce. I don't know all the details. Don't ask me for dates. I don't know. I know it's in January. But yeah, it's exciting. I know within the merch store we're working on live customization pieces, so you can actually create your own graphic tee. I'm trying to get the prices reduced with some of our vendors so that contestants can, you know, that may not have access to resources. They want to do like their t-shirt fundraising, or they want to buy t-shirts for their team. They're not spending $25 to $30 a piece to do that. I'm trying to get those prices cut down by, I'm trying to get it down to a third of the price if I can, or at least cut it by a third. So it's one of those things that, yeah, I do it for the passion of the contestants, but really, I mean, it's the contestants that keep coming back for their dream. I have to give kudos. Over the years, every year she amazes me. Barbara Seville is just one of my biggest inspos.
Nancy Ellen, and Nancy Ellen, we both clenched our pearls. Just love. I want to not to
love her.
Wait, I want to do a whole moment just with her. You know, she's got stories. That one.
You know, she has gone for so long, and to see her get to exactly where she was, to see her get so many awards, and to see everyone stand up and not only just give her flowers, but hand her bouquets. That video that went viral of her coming back out into the lobby, You know, it's moments like that that make you want to return.
Yeah.
It's just good, human, relatable
And
moments.
can I just say too, her level of professionalism and kindness to the winner. We have all seen those moments not happen. And Barbara would not have, but another person might have behaved very differently in that moment, given how many preliminary awards and things that she won. I just need to call out how,
Yeah.
not that Barbara would behave any other way, but that was beautiful to see her recognize and be just as honor, happy for Tracy.
Yeah. It's one of those things I always say, bitter doesn't look good on anybody.
No.
When you're up there, smile. It's the hardest part is being a first alternate and knowing
I'd rather be last.
Yeah, you're like, I'd rather be in the back row at this point.
Exactly.
Said the fabulous queen with the crown on her head.
But to make the 10 is one thing, to make the 5 is another. To be that close to your dream, it's truly Dex's quote. It's not if, it's when.
Yeah.
It's get yourself back in the seat. Go pursue.
So, not to put you both on the spot, but is there more to come within systems or pageantry? Like Dan James, Esquire, maybe?
Esquire, no. So Casey also asked me to step in and help with the program. So I'm helping on the back end, which I have not done since 2019. So it's been a minute. So I get to kind of reacclimate myself onto the male side on the back end.
Yeah.
So Esquire, no. I looked at a couple of other divisions. Wrote out my goals of what I want to do for like the next 2 or 3 years. There are some options in there. I'm not excluding them, but I've got to make sure they align for timing. It's not cheap. I don't travel like Nancy Ellen over to Milan, but
I would.
or I don't even have a passport. There's a fun fact. I need to get a passport, especially in certain administrations. But we are not talking about religion, sex, or politics.
No.
But that being said,
all right. Well, there's you have plans.
I can also say like some of the contestants are now coming to me for advice and coaching and for interview. I have someone that has asked me to help with their talent, and I'm like, I wouldn't think I should be the first person, but okay, let's give it a whirl.
Yeah, I love it. Nancy Ellen.
Look, pageant girls never say never. I could be out there with my walker in Miss Senior America, but on my goals for my pageant career going back was to win an international pageant on a truly national stage. There are a lot of systems in the United States that call themselves international that have their pageants in Orlando and Las Vegas, and they don't have anybody from anyplace else. And so no, I want to go somewhere. I love to travel. I've been to 6 of the 7 continents. My dream is to go to as many countries as possible in my lifetime. And so being able to travel to Malaysia, which is a place I'd never been before, and to compete on that stage with literally women from all over the world, that was the goal. And check, goal achieved.
Well, I must say, if you decide to do maybe the MGA Femme division, I will be the tabulator for you. I will dress like you. I will be you.
So it's a really interesting thing. Like a couple of people have mentioned that.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple of things there. Obviously, like I'd have to up my game in some ways, for sure. But I also feel like I'm not a drag performer, and I do feel like there are so few spaces for the women that qualify for femme, whether they're AFAB queens or trans. And I would feel weird.
I respect that. I love
a space that's not for
Yeah.
me. Right. Like I'm not I'm not in the clubs every weekend performing on a stage, right? Like, so do I think it would be the most fun? Absolutely. Because the stupidest thing about straight girl pageants, you don't get backup dancers.
Really? So
Nope.
what did you do for your talent? What did you do for your talent?
Sing.
I didn't know you could sing.
I can't sing that good, but I'm very entertaining.
All
I
these
actually
guys
went out to my division, which I was like, "Wait, did you guys could you hear in the room?
Is there a way to get a clip of this moment?
Yeah, I can get it to you. Yeah, but I didn't. You know what? I didn't overthink it. I went to my go-to karaoke song is "Don't Stop Believing," and I had the most fabulous jumpsuit on the planet, and I had everybody in the room clapping and singing, and that's all that mattered.
I love. So I have. So I'm gonna dig even deeper because I just want to know the deeds. So when you go out in a week or when you a couple days, right? You're leaving
I leave on Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday. So how would they treat you as the crown queen? Do they go all out? Like, is it like
Yeah, so-
different in a different country?
Yeah, so because they have 3 titles that they crown for on an annual basis. Some's in March and some is in September August timeframe. So all of the current crown queens for those divisions are invited back. The Mrs. International World Queen, so they have a Mrs. and a Classic, and this is with another interesting thing, it's MRS is the title, but internationally, MRS doesn't necessarily mean that you're married. It just means that you're not a miss anymore. So some people are married, some people are divorced, whatever, but it is MRS is the title. But yeah, so the Mrs. International World and Classic Mrs. International World will actually be passing on their titles. The rest of us will be there as honored guests. And when I tell you 7-course meal, like multiple events, sightseeing, high tea. Like, yeah, it's a crazy thing. We do have a day off because I don't have to go to rehearsals. So we're going to the beach. So I'll get some downtime at the pool. But yes, one of the things that I do love about this system is that every pageant event they have, every single former is invited. They all wear their crowns. They're all brought out on the runway as like special guests. And when I competed, like the stage I was on, I did get to have my Taylor moment. So we learned to dance. We had to come up from underneath the stage on the platform things, and there was like fire, and it was crazy. It was like my, I was gonna say Miss Universe, but that's such a hot mess.
I want to watch.
Let's call it Miss Cosmo or Miss World moment. Like it was definitely it was amazing.
Really cool. Well, and you know what though, they couldn't pick the best. They picked the best person for the job. You know what I mean? And I just not only do you look the part, but you also have it from your heart too. So
yes. And the other cool thing is, national costume is actually 30% of your score. It is I know it's a big deal. So being from New Orleans, I made a full, because I'm a historical reenactor. I'm a big nerd, and I do historical costuming for over 30 years. And so I made a Mardi Gras queen costume with the full long cape with all the gems. I made the hat. I went all out, and so that was super fun to represent my Louisiana heritage.
And don't think I didn't stalk your page a little bit. I got to see you and your man doing some cute reenactment photos too. Like when I say reenactment, I meant like the time period reenactment periods.
Yeah, that's how we met each other.
It's just you cease to surprise me, because I get surprised with you every day with something new, and I love it.
I only do hobbies that involve crowns.
I was just saying, I'm over here just taking notes. I'm like, Monica, add MGA high tea to schedule.
I will cover that. I will cover that.
Excellent. Maybe maybe that's instead of the judges' dinner, we do a judges' high tea.
Ooh. High tea. Ooh, or promoters' high tea.
Oh, okay.
So, and Nancy Ellen, I'm going to come back to you in a minute because I want to talk to you about the new stuff with tabulating with the electronics, and you're just amazing at knowing all the ins and outs. I just sat through a fabulous Zoom meeting with you for it. So I want everybody at home to kind of get the vibe of what's going on this year with that. But Dan James, let's get down to business for a second, okay? Because you are part of social media, you're part of the merch and stuff like that. So let's talk about first, where can people buy America merch?
So the Miss Gay America store has merch, mgastore.com. We are still in the process of negotiating with some of our vendors, we had a little vendor procurement issue with some of the tariffs that happened over the last year, and it wasn't favorable. And I was like, I'm not comfortable charging people $45 to $50 to get a shirt made from that vendor. So I terminated that relationship, but we're bringing it back better than ever. We're adding some customizable stuff in there. You can also, if you're a promoter, the password's the same. So if you know the password to get into the Miss Gay America website, the promoters portal, the password is the same on the MGA store. You can get your gown music. It's timed to 90 seconds. It doesn't cost you anything for it. It's free. It's just a little freebie giveaway. There's the electronic version of the handbook, so it's still accessible as a promoters portal. There's exclusive gear that's available just for promoters. So it kind of helps you stand out, against a contestant. But yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me. And then, of course, if you're needing posters or artwork done, you can reach out to Deidre's Design. You can reach out to Dan James on Facebook. I can get you hooked up. I luckily get to have lovely chats with Monica. They usually occur in a period of every 24 hours because she is constantly working to make the system better and to make it the best experience for everyone involved. But yeah, it's really great. I get to work with her. We kind of review what she's looking for on the brand, the schematics of what she wants advertising to look like, not just for America, but really so that the promoters can get the most out of their contestants. They're creating an experience where the audience wants to come watch this pageant, the prelims, regional, state, even city levels. Contestants are engaged to compete. My goal has always been to make a pageant poster should look like a movie poster. It should be like the event that you want to go to. If you don't go to any other thing for drag for the next month, you're going to save up the 15, 20, maybe $30 to go to this prelim because the advertising just looks really, really, I'm going to say it's sexy and excellent. And that's really the goal is just to make it next level. So that the promoter has their best foot forward on getting great contestants and getting a great turnout, because no one wants to be in that audience and feel like, oh my gosh, 5 people showed up. And you start questioning yourself. You should never question yourself on your audience attendance. If you have questions about it and how to build your prelim at any level, shoot me a message. My advice is free. I've been a city promoter for Missouri. I've done national advertising for America for 10 years. It's weird for me to say I'm not narcissistic, but I've had my skin in the game for 10 years. Come talk to me. Let's make your prelim amazing. And I promise I'm not there to gouge anybody. I'm just there to make sure that, the designers and the art students I pay locally, they get their fair share for the work that they do.
I love that. And I love that. And so go back in real quick. So are you able to say, if I'm a promoter I'm just not to put you on the spot, but say I'm a promoter and here we are. And I'm coming to you. Do you also help connect them to people that are local to help? Is that what you're saying? Like you kind of...
Yeah. So I know for a few prelims, obviously I get to have access to the social media just to make sure the visuals are on there. But even for a few prelims, I've worked with, the promoters through the years just to help them. Maybe they're trying to find a qualified judge, or maybe they're trying to fill a gap. They're trying to make sure that everyone is represented on their judges panel, and they aren't sure who they could ask that has experience within America. So I can kind of help forge those introductions for them. So it's not just design piece. I will absolutely do anything in my power to make sure there's an introduction made if I can't resolve it for them. I really love, I have a great relationship with Sin City. If you're not doing anything in the Las Vegas area on May 18th, you can pop down to Dust if you're in Las Vegas for Miss Gay Sin City. And I have a great partnership with John Richard Griffey and David Hernandez, and they actually let me come and MC their pageant. Just so they can make sure that the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, they have a great experience each year. So I've had that great fortune for the last 3 years. So I can do everything. Well, I'm not going to compete, so don't have to think I'm doing that.
I did twice now already.
But yeah, it's one of those things that I think that, as we've kind of talked about, we all kind of wear many hats in the system. Nancy Ellen was talking about getting the Pacific Northwest, those doors opened. We all just have a genuine investment in making sure that the America system continues to excel, continues to exceed, and we don't want to see anyone fail.
I agree. We agree. I don't want to speak for Nancy Ellen, but she went. Well, thank you. And thank you for all that you do. And I know you're just going to continue to help raise that bar, which is what the America system does. I see it every year after year. And that's why I continue to stay as well for multiple other reasons. But so I know that you're going to.
It was all the 360 cam. It was the 360 cam this year. That's what made
Next
that's
year.
what made everyone do it.
Are we doing it next year?
I have to figure out how to transport it.
We'll talk about it. It's a fierce idea. It's amazing. And it was really set up proper too. So
I might need I might need to create one of those contestant bingo charts on bring the 360 cam. Just give me dollars. I'm not doing a stage performance. Just give me dollars to pay the shipping. I looked at the shipping rate and it's $740 to ship it. I could just buy another one and have it shipped to Monica.
At that point, couldn't you just rent one?
You just have them all in every city. You'll have one in every city by the time you're done.
You know, it's an option. I can make them available on the store.
Right. So yeah, thank you so much for all you do though, because you definitely help touch a lot of people's lives and help them out in many different ways. So thank you. Nancy Ellen. Now we don't have to go through the whole, I want you to, because the spreadsheets, the tabulations, the computer system. I can work an Excel spreadsheet, but it's like you are a whole different breed though. You're typing in the equations and this adds to this and this goes. I'm like, she did that. So may you please tell the viewers at home maybe a little bit about the pre-tabulation, like kind of how the setup is for you,
Sure.
and then the new.
Yeah, and I think the only person talking to Monica almost as much as Dan right now is me. So we are meeting with all of the promoters this year to kind of walk them through the system, to give them the option. Like they don't have to, for sure. But to break the mystique, we are just using Google Forms and Google Sheets. We have looked at a couple like tabulation programs that are on the market. None of them seem to be able to handle the subcategories very well, which is the problem. And so essentially, like if you're a promoter out there, or like even if you just do some other system, or like you're doing your local like bar pageant, if you got good Wi-Fi, you don't need to be writing anything on paper. It's really, really easy for your judges in particular. So once they sort of get over a little bit of their anxiety during interviews, then they're like, oh my gosh, this is the easiest thing ever. And for the judges, they're using their phone. And we tried tablets a couple of years. There were a variety of issues with those. One is that you have to have Wi-Fi for the tablet as well. So that's sort of just like, that's having the Wi-Fi on the receiving end, versus like if your Wi-Fi is like not great, your phone has data, right? So the other thing that we found is that people know how to use their own phones. We've had some judges who are technology's not their friend, and like the tablet would turn off or something, like, oh my god, it's off. I'm like, the password is 1 2 3 4. So I was like up and down to the table constantly for some people. So people are familiar with their own phones, and so that works really, really well. And they're basically just filling out a survey on their phone. So they fill out a survey on contestant number 1. They answer the questions. They hit submit. That automatically shows up on my side. And then we go from there. So if you've been to national, to explain the red light, green light, what that is I'm waiting for every judge's score to come across for that particular contestant, because we don't want there to be an issue. We had an issue a couple years ago where we moved past, somebody's score didn't come in. And so we had some issues there, and we don't want that to happen. And so we want to make sure we have all 5 judges locked before we move on to the next contestant. Because the other thing with that is, sometimes a judge will, like fat finger, right? So instead of a 25, they put a 5. And I'm not there to tell the judge how to score. If I see something, however, that looks weird or off, you'll see me, go over to the table. Excuse me, did you mean to put a 5? And oh, no, that should have been 25. And so I can just make sure that they are putting in the correct score that they meant to put in. But once it's gone, they can't see it anymore. So like, there's no, like back in the day with paper, right? You can be like, oh crap, I like this one better than the one. And so they flip back, they change the other person, right? And so it's really stressed to the judges of presentation. Like here is our standard. Here is our bar, right? You are judging. It's not comparative. You are judging that individual to a standard. Whatever you think that individual deserves, that's what they should get. So you're not holding points for somebody coming later. You can't go back and change somebody that came before, right? So once they hit the button, it's gone and they cannot see it anymore. So if I see anything that looks strange, bizarre, what have you, and I have gone to ask, sometimes I'm like, hey, this is the number you put in. And they've gone, yep, that's what I wanted. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure that that is the number that you meant to select, because it seemed either off from across the board or like from how they, because judges are consistent. Like you always have one that are hard, right? And I don't really think that they're hard. They just decide what their top numbers are, and they stay within that range, right? And as long as you as a judge are consistent to what you are scoring, that's fine. Somebody else may be on the higher side. They've decided that their high bar is a 25 and they're going to give a lot of 25s, right? So yeah, but we've been having great meetings with promoters, and I basically create a package of templates for them. So it has all their templates for the forms the judges fill out, the spreadsheet that their tabulators are going to use, and then I walk them through testing those. And then as we get closer to individual prelims, I meet with the person who's actually doing the tabulation to see if they have any additional questions.
Yeah. I actually have a good question for you. Eileen was asking, and is this something that cities, states, and regionals can use this type of scoring? Which I think is a great question for this upcoming pageant.
Yeah, like if you're a city promoter and you want to tap in, just please reach out to me on Facebook Messenger. That's totally fine. Or if you want to go through your state folks, either way. But yeah, it's literally, it probably because I've got all the templates that exist. Maybe takes me 20 minutes to get it set up for you, depending on if you are doing multiple divisions or not. And then it's just up to you to, when you got your judges' names ready, you put your judges' names in, you put your contestant names in, and then you do testing to make sure everything's flowing into the spreadsheet like it should, and you're pretty much good to go. Then you have to actually do the thing on the night.
Do the promoters have to pay for like an app or anything, or is it just all the Google? It's the Google.
It's all free, and I'm more than happy to take time to walk people through it.
Do you know what I don't know if I'm not sure if I can share it on social media, but whatever. Here we are. We're all friends out here in virtual world. But I loved when you told me the story about, like, there was a time that because it's digital, you can do it from anywhere.
Oh yeah, there was a Mr. Prelim when we were early on in doing this, and I couldn't physically be there, so I was on my couch in Virginia, and the pageant was happening somewhere, I can't remember even where it was, and we were like texting on the phone as things were going. So I was doing it completely remotely.
And that's
was that Casey's year?
It might have been.
I think it was Casey Sunshine's year. Yeah, because I remember him telling me a story like, "Oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened."
I want to give another shout out to Casey Sunshine, by the way.
Love Casey Sunshine.
This sweet angel, who is the promoter for America Esquire.
America Esquire.
Thank you. I just doing so many great things with the system, and just really putting their foot down in the system and just making it their own. And I just love and adore, and I can't wait for everyone to see.
One of the best talents I've ever seen in my entire life was the talent where he won that year.
Yeah.
So everybody probably knows he's a Michael Jackson impersonator. He's an amazing. But in this talent,
it was conceptual.
A guy on stage in a wolf costume, and I knew that was Casey. I fully knew that was him. And then he appeared someplace else. And I'm like, what just happened?
See, I gotta look up. I'm writing my lookup.
Everyone lost their mind. It was almost who was the person that did the armchair talent this year?
Oh,
Melanie Masters.
I
Miss Gay
was
Arkansas
obsessed because
America.
I fully knew that was Melanie standing with their back to us. And that person walks off, and I'm like, what? And it was the whole concept was brilliant. Melanie, wherever you are,
Good
I
job,
was
girl.
obsessed with that talent. It was so good on so many levels. But yeah, same like that. But yeah, that I mean, Casey's always off the charts, but that talent was ridiculous.
So just to wrap up with a cute bow, the tabulation
Yes.
station. So I think it's amazing that it's moving into a new direction, and it's more for expediting things too, is what you're saying. It's like it's just
Well, yeah, I mean, so like the minute the last person walks off the stage, you know everything,
right.
And so especially if you're having to pay for the hour for your venue, or like if you're using bars, they want you done really fast. Like it really, really helps you. Now, the one thing some of the locals are looking at is still doing paper comments, particularly for their folks who win at the state or regional level, because they do want that immediate feedback as they prepare for national. And so that's obviously something that you can still do, so that they have that feedback to share.
And I know Monica was saying too, I'm trying to like review some of these comments. Still want promoters to still have printed score sheets at the table and backup just in case the
This is a backup.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. I
And-
mean, so because that is the one downside. This is Wi-Fi reliant, right? So if something happens in your venue, which I've had happen, not for America, but for a different system before, like you want to have a backup that you can easily switch. But yeah, Monica, yes, everybody should have their paper printouts, backups just instead, and that's what you can use for your comments.
So if you ever need just because I just had my epiphany, if you ever need an assistant with tabulation, you and I can get our place in like Hawaii or something, and then we can sit there and we will make sure everything happens at every pageant.
I love this idea. Let's go to Bali.
I was just saying, and one of the great things
Yes.
that Nancy Ellen, that you also offer is like anyone that's working with you. I've heard you say it so many times. Is like you just say like, "Hey, send me over your pageant poster so I know what time everything's starting." And you try to make yourself as available as possible for a phone call. Like if something's happening, they
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
I'm
something's-
happy to be on standby. Yeah, if something
yeah.
is
And again, I think that just comes down to the dedication to the system. Is no one here wants to see anyone fail.
Yeah.
We all want to see everyone succeed, especially the promoters, and especially if you can expedite a pageant, you know, that it's not a 4 or 5 hour experience for the 3 or 6 contestants. It can be something that's, you know, 3 to maybe 3.5 hours to get through all these categories.
And there's
with
just a lot
tabulation.
less room for error if you're not manually adding up things that have been written down on a piece of paper.
Yeah. Well, thank you, the both of you. Now we've spilled over an hour, which I knew that was going to happen anyway, because I adore you both. But I want to circle back around, and Dan, James, I'll start with you. I just want to talk a little bit more about you and who Dan is for the viewers at home. Is there anything that we haven't covered yet that you want to share a little bit about yourself?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask this question because you and I chatted
PG-13.
earlier this week. Yes, so I am working on my own little podcast piece. Just trying, if you know anyone out there that just designs anything, clothing, jewelry, whatever it is, if you just design stuff, hit me up on the Book of the Face. Hit me up if you have my number. My number is not 867-5309, but you can shoot me a message and I will give you my number in a DM. But yeah, just looking for some designers. Nancy Ellen, I'd love to have you. You are a tabulator designer. You designed a tabulation sheet. We could run through what that looks like. But really just trying to I've seen over the last couple of years, I want to make sure I get the words right. I've seen where people think that pageants just happen, where drag just happens. It's coming to town, someone from RuPaul or reality television. But it doesn't. There's people that make a living off of their artistry, clothing, jewelry, even just learning how to do their makeup better. There's an artistry behind the scenes. And I've always had a genuine curious interest, I guess, if you will, in learning why people do things, how people do things, what makes them make a decision on building their talent, or how Alberto can be a backstage guru when it comes to being in so many talents on a final night, with AJA talent. So I just think I kind of wanted to explore as far as on there. So yeah, I'm looking at maybe trying to do like a podcast. That's
Love it.
my fun little thing. And I'm also I don't want to say a memoir. I'm writing a fun little fan fiction book
Ooh.
too. That's something else fun I've been working on in my spare time on my back deck.
You know, not to digress, but was it your birthday, or is it your birthday coming up? Or did you just say, I'm not bringing up their present, but isn't it your birthday?
Friday.
It's Friday. Okay. Everyone out there, make sure you flood Dan James's inboxes with all the love for
My
the
direct messenger. Flood my Facebook wall.
Or they can call 867-5309 and they can just sing you happy birthday. Oh my God. Could you imagine all of a sudden?
Oh my gosh, that poor person with that number.
I live. So Nancy Ellen, how about you? Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you'd love to share about yourself, or if there's something?
Yeah, if we're promoting our other side gigs.
Heck
We
yeah.
don't have just one, apparently.
Yeah.
So I have, as I mentioned, I'm a historical reenactor. I have a minor in history, and I am I'll go with expert from basically everything from the War of the Roses through Elizabeth I in British history. And for a long time, I've had just like this idea to write a historical fiction series. So I recently started that. So you can get it on Kindle Direct Publishing. Even if you don't have a Kindle, you can still download it on your phone or whatever. There's 4 short stories that are published now. It's called In the Shadow of the Rose. And it follows Elizabeth I, starting when she is a princess. I basically know so much about her, I could bore the crap out of you for hours. But I have invented a fictional character who's basically her partner in crime. Like they're like the Thelma and Louise of the Tudor age. So there's, this was a very dangerous time to be alive if you were a royal person, and a lot of intrigue that I don't have to make up. Like the history is really, really interesting. I've just created this sort of like partnership, friendship between these 2 young women, and I will be following all the events of Elizabeth's life. So the first 4 are out now. And there were 2 things that spurred me to do this. One is I would like to not have a full-time job forever. And so I'm kind of, thinking about other lines of revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is I'm trying to get a nest egg to help with my husband's bucket list. So my husband has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And so there are things that we want to do together. We love to travel together. And so I have the aforementioned 4 adult-shaped humans that still live in my house, in addition to a bonus child who's the partner of my oldest adult-shaped human, and they're really expensive. And so I would like to have a little bucket of cash, so my husband and I can do things we want.
We're gonna figure it out. We got you, girl.
All the fun things we want to do together. So so only $6.99. Super cheap, and they're short stories, so you can get through it in an afternoon or less than. So have a soak in a bath and escape to the world of Tudor mystery and intrigue.
I love that. Next year we'll see for all the talents. Everyone's going to do like a Tudor style.
We're sending this over to Shonda Rhimes right now. It's going to be on Netflix. 3 years.
It would be an amazing TV show. I'm just saying. An amazing TV show. And
I love that you and
all of those other Tudor TV shows have been. Come on, way out there.
We might have to put you on as one of the actresses, though, Nancy Ellen. You might have to play a role.
Oh no!
Nice
the third maid from the left.
No,
she's the one up in the tower.
Spotlight. No, she's the spotlight. She's the queen. She is living. No, that's amazing. Like I said, you shock me every time with something new about yourself, and I live.
It's just because I'm really old.
I think it's funny. That you and I are both working on our writing pieces is historical fiction. Mine's 1960s America.
You know what? I'm gonna give and I'm not a writer, but I must say I actually have to give myself a little shameless plug as well, because I did an interview with Monica Mitchells. Hey, Monica, I know you're watching. Hey. And I have a wonderful opportunity where I'm writing columns in a magazine a national magazine, worldly magazine, and it's all about the America system and the pageantry system, the queer pageantry system. And the first statement piece I did was about Monica. So I'm just really excited because I haven't done that before.
Yay, Monica. We love you.
And I'll tell you, it's something to read because she really opened up to me. So it was really cool. So
Amazing person. We figured out we're almost sort of kind of like in weird pageant ways related. So when I was in college, I participated in the Miss America system, Miss North Carolina America, and one of the prelims I did, Miss Elkin Valley, used to be, I think his folks stopped running it like a couple years before I participated, but I competed for Miss Elkin Valley on the stage where Monica went to high school.
and
I found a picture and I sent Monica the picture.
don't quote me, but I believe that Monica's parents actually was promoters or
Yeah, they were the directors of the pageant. They had given it up a couple years before I participated, but like we were all sort of in the same place at the same
love
time.
it, obsessed. And when that part of the conversation come obsessed. So, well, I adore you both so much, and I know everyone at home and everyone around adores you as well. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to share yourselves with everyone. And also, you know, being a part of my dream, which is Let's Get Down to Excellence, which is a space that I love to create for everyone to have their voices and their faces seen as well. So thank you for taking your time to make that happen for me as well. So I told you, and I already warned you that I was going to ask you, and I know you're ready. And Dan James, I'm going to make you go first because Nancy Ellen was just chatting and I want to give her a moment. But in true fashion of Morgan, your anchor of excellence, I love to ask my guests what their meaning of excellence is because it is different for everyone. So, which I love hearing everyone's vantage point of excellence. So Dan James, take it away, babe.
Thank you, judges. In response to the question posed, what does excellence mean to you? I kind of wrote out some notes this time so I can enunciate clearly. So I just wrote out striving to be the best version of yourself, humbling yourself to accept criticism and apply critiques, authentic representation without compromisation of your morals, your integrity, and your self-identity. I think that is the definition of excellence.
Can you do me a
Thank
favor?
you, judges.
I would love that. Can you do me a favor and just read that one more time to me? It was good, and I want to hear it again because I got caught up for a second. I want to hear it, and I know.
Yes. Striving to be the best version of yourself, humbling yourself to accept criticism and apply critiques, authentic representation without compromisation of your morals, integrity, and self-identity.
And I wasn't making fun of the way that you said that word because I can't say it either.
I stumbled over because
I got thrown off.
I misspelled it in my fast ADHD brain. I was like, compromisation. I have 3 Z's in there for some reason.
But you know what though? You said it though, hon. That was good.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dan James. Nancy Ellen, you're up.
Yeah, so as I've like helped and coached people over the years, and I've a daughter who is actively competing, the thing that I have told her and tell other people is that your competition is in the mirror. What you bring is the best version of yourself. And the reason why pageants are hard sport, they're sport in my opinion, is that you can literally not make a single mistake. You can do everything to perfection and still not win. And so excellence looks like bringing that best version of yourself and understanding that it's not meant for you right now for whatever the reason. Can we always improve? Absolutely, things like that. But sometimes, and I had this conversation with a couple people after the pageant this year, sometimes you don't lose, somebody else just won.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy just won. She did everything she needed to do to walk away with that crown.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take away or diminish the level of excellence that anybody else brought to that stage. But the hardest thing to do is to be able to go back and look yourself in the mirror and say, like, I did everything that I could do. Or, you know what? I could have done a little bit more here. Maybe the gown wasn't whatever it is, right? but your competition is in the mirror. And so during this process, you can't look around at everybody else and say, oh, I wish I had that, or I should have done that, or gee, I can't believe they scored higher. None of that matters. The only thing you have control over is what you bring. And you have to be able to be still feel good about yourself.
Mhm. Well, thank you. Okay, you two, you just got me motivated.
Nancy Ellen, that reminds me of like a phrase I always say is just, there's 5 opinions at this table. Go grab your seat at the next table. There's 5 different opinions. You are the best of your version that you are today. You will be the best of your version you are tomorrow.
Any given Sunday,
And-
right? Different panel, you could have a different result.
Well, thank you so much, you two. Y'all are angels, and I can't wait to see you on May 1st in Kansas City for
Yes.
the Esquire division. So make sure if you're tuning in to get your tickets for the event. I don't know if they're doing it virtually, are they?
I don't know if Casey's doing it virtually. I know that he's doing. I know there is a review show on Thursday.
Yes.
At one of our largest bars here in Kansas City, Missy B's. I know there's a review show the first night. There is the contest. I don't like calling male pageantry. I like calling it contest because it's a contest. And then obviously the crowning show will be on Saturday, I believe, the day after, where you actually get to see the first performance officially of the new Gay America Esquire, along with, I believe he has bookings all weekend to go follow Miss Gay America and Miss Gay America Femme throughout the Kansas City Metro. So you can make it a lovely little excursion over to Kansas City, and yeah, come check it out and eat some barbecue, and yeah, shoot me a message if you need recommendations on things to do. I always can tell you a fun thing to do in Kansas City.
And then Nancy and Ellie and I will be at the bottom of the stage, just rooting everybody on.
The 3 of us, now that I know all 3 of us are going to be here, we are going to go get some Q39, and I'm going to take you to this little gas station that sells barbecue. Like, I'm going to get you in my little Jeep, and we're going to go over, and we're going to get barbecue from a gas station.
Let's do
I'm
this.
in 100%.
Let's
It's an
done.
experience. Red cream soda. We're getting red cream soda. Our tongues will be red.
Woo!
So in the new series this year, what I've been trying to do is with the guests, I like the guests to say goodbye with me. Usually I take you away, say goodbye, and then I say goodbye. But you are just as important as me, if not more important than me. So thank you again so much. And what I would love for you both to do is just bid everyone a goodbye, and then we're gonna end the night. Does that sound okay?
Oh gosh, I feel
Thanks.
like Sanderson sisters. Like, I'm married. Bye.
Yes. All right. So on the count of 3, let's all say goodbye, and then we're ending the night. Thank you again so much, you two. I adore you both so much, and I can't wait to see you soon. But everyone out there, thank you so much for tuning in. We love you so much. Have a great evening.
Good night, America.